Hello and welcome. I'm Joy and this is my channel Yoga with Joy. This is a gentle nervous system reset video focusing on the hips and the lower back, and I really hope you enjoy it. We're going to start in seated, so find yourself a comfortable seated position. You might want to put a block of some kind or a blanket underneath your sit bones. You can actually put it so it's just tilting your pelvis, so it's just at the back. That can be really helpful. So let's begin just feeling into how we are today, how your body's feeling, any thoughts that are arising, coming and going, and any emotions that are sitting there, just flowing through. And taking a few deep, full lungfuls of breath. Breathe out through the mouth if you wish, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's whatever feels more comfortable for you. Inhaling through the nose and then gently releasing on the exhale, really relaxing. When you inhale, if you can, try and expand the whole of your torso. You can, otherwise just breathe in the way that's comfortable for you. And a couple more breaths. Really releasing, relaxing any areas of tension as you exhale. Breathing in, you might feel a little bit of gentle lifting through the spine. That's lovely. And opening your eyes. Fantastic. And to free up the lower back, hips, all around the pelvis, this kind of area, we're going to move in Brahmanaka, which is a circular movement. Just the upper body is moving. You can imagine there's a circle of light being created above you as you move right from the base of the spine to the crown of the spine. And you might be feeling this opening of the lower backs all the way around the hips, and any of those wonderful muscles that support that area of the body. Quite often tension can build up, and as we can feel, also more recent research is showing a lot of our emotional tension and trauma can be stored in hips, pelvis, lower back. So any releasing, whether it's stretching through or more somatic movements, really help release any stored tension or trauma. And moving in the other direction, feeling your body grounded, connected to the mat. And feeling connected to the earth. This movement and this posture linked to the Muladhara energy center, the chakra. So that's your base, your root, your grounding to home, security. And quite often that's, a lot of our emotional tension can be related to stability and connection to our home or homeland, a sense of being nurtured and cared for. Okay, we'll start to spiral inwards, very gently, spiraling the body, the upper body, in until your heart is resting over your base and your head is resting over your heart. And then we'll release anything you're sitting on. It just kind of makes it a little bit easier to... we'll stretch out the legs first. That feels good to do that. Yeah, to stretch out the legs and point and flex the feet. Maybe take a few circles with your feet. Lovely. And the other way. Perfect. We'll bring our feet together so that we're in a wide Baddha Konasana, so wide cobbler. Sometimes gets called star posture or star pose or any of those things. There are quite a few names. So taking a gentle lift, and we'll begin to move forward. This is wonderful for inside of the upper legs, and I personally feel it quite a lot. It's a wonderful stretch in my lower back, so you might do too. So taking a breath in and then gently exhale, just releasing forward. We'll hold this one just for a little bit to have a nice open stretch. So if you would like to, you could use something like a brick block, like this one, just to place your head on, or you might find that you come further down and you can place your fists on top of each other. That's another way. Or just gently be here. You can just let yourself be in this posture. And breathe. So remembering those breaths that we were doing just before, as when we started this practice. Lovely deep breaths and then slow exhales. You can always breathe out through the mouth if you wish. And with every breath, we're inviting in a releasing of the hips and lower back. When I say hips, it's a general term, doesn't necessarily mean your hip sockets, hip joints. It's a general term for that whole area of the pelvis. It gets used a lot in yoga. The yoga teachers say hips. Sometimes it's referring to your actual joints, and other times it's just all of that area. And then gently bring yourself back up, closing your knees, place the hands behind, and we'll move from side to side. If you wish to, you could move your feet wider, that's quite nice. And going from side to side, stretching out the hip flexors, even, just on the outside of the legs in general. Be careful of your knees, making sure it's okay for your knees. And then moving up. Wonderful. This is the inner upper leg stretch. So just wide leg for a little bit. Let's take it gently and slowly. We're just going to pace the arms around and then coming back up. So just one hand, then the other, walking around and then coming up. That's wonderful. You can always do it like stirring the porridge if you want. The cauldron. That's another way. That's lovely. Okay, and then coming up and the other way. Keeping the movement like this is a wonderful way of easing your body into the stretches, keeping the movement in your joints and all your muscles, all the connective tissues, and gently then coming back up. Take another couple of circles with the feet and the other way. And then release the legs down. Okay, so let's come onto all fours. And we're going to move into just a little lunge sequence for the hips. So let's start with neutral spine before I get going. So I'm getting ahead of myself. So the knees are below the hips and the hands are below the shoulders. And then we're going to circle the sacrum around. So it's going forwards, around and back. Just taking it nice and slowly if you need to. Any speed is fine, whatever's right for you. Just being careful of your lower back if there's any issues. And the other way. Lots of lovely deep breaths. And then slowly circling in and coming back to neutral. That's wonderful. We'll take maybe 3 cat flexions and extensions. So inhaling up, exhaling down, sometimes called cat-cow, more often than not. For me, this is Majariasana, the cat. So moving through. Inhale up. Exhale down, lifting up your abdominal area and your pelvic floor as you exhale. Then coming back to neutral. Lovely. Hands just a little bit further forward and we'll gently rock forward, inhale and back. Just doing this before moving into our lunge sequence. Gently ease back into child. Take a few breaths. And then slowly pad the hands over to the left, stretching out the right side of your body. And then back to centre, over to the right, stretching out the left side of your body. And back to centre, that's lovely. Stretching the arms out, turning the toes round, easing back to downward facing dog with bent knees, stretching just very gently your chest, moving back towards your feet, and then lifting up Straightening the knees now, up into an acute dog, an acute V, and then exhale, one heel at a time, downward facing dog. It's walking at your dog. Lovely. And maybe hold your down dog, if that feels good for your body. And ease down the knees, looking up into cat, and then gently coming back to neutral, making any movements of your lower back or whatever it is you need to do. So now we're going to ease back the right leg and just rock back on your toes. Lift up the right leg. Just give it a little bit of a shake if that's all right for your hips and back. Hip and back, and then place your right foot through in between your hands. Inhaling forward and then exhaling back. Now in this practice we're really keeping our focus on releasing tension, and if any stuck trauma wants to come up, that's fine, but making sure you feel safe and comfortable with that. Exhaling back, inhaling forward, so we're just taking these movements. And we're inviting our nervous system to feel free to relax and rest throughout this practice. So although we're moving, we're making movements, we're being active, we're really inviting the parasympathetic, the calming aspect to our nervous system to engage and really be the forefront of this practice. The breath will really help with that. So taking slow breaths. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Just taking it as slowly as you need to. You can rest back into the hamstring stretch now. And then coming forward, that's lovely. I didn't say this, but you can also have your hands on blocks if that's easier when you're up here. Then placing the left hand down and the right hand up. Stretching the arm behind and placing it on your sacrum. Just give your sacrum a little bit of a rub. All the way around the glutes, maybe even with fists. Give your right glute a bit of a rub in there. Probably the gluteus medius, whichever one you can get hold of. And place the hand back down, that's lovely. And we'll come up into a low lunge, a runner's lunge rather. That's lovely. And then lowering the knee down. We'll bring ourselves into pigeon. So I practice pigeon with my knee roughly under my chest or a little bit wider. I don't do the full mega opening of the hip version. So this targets the glute muscles a bit more than right into the hip. So practice how it feels comfortable for you, but this feels safer for me. So taking a breath in. And then gently easing yourself down, coming into this lovely sleeping pigeon posture. It might be that you have your head on your hands or on the mat, or you might want to use fists, stacking your fists. And for risking giving you too many options here, but this is a lovely one as well, where you place your hands together and your fingers kind of wide apart in between the fingers, and then you place your thumbs on your third eye centre. And that's a lovely mudra for this posture. You can use it in quite a few of these types of postures, like lizard as well. Just find the right one for you. Really feeling into your right hip area. Being very gently, or not so gently, stretched. And if you notice any emotions come up, just allow them to be. They can come through. Just knowing that you're in the right place. You're looking after yourself. You're perfect as you are in this moment, with whatever's arising. And then let's bring ourselves back up. And then gently move around. So you might still be facing the place you were, the way you were. I'm going to start facing towards you. And I'm going to put the left leg under and the right on top. So we're coming into what gets called shoelace, or in yin yoga, or it's the cow-faced legs. You can just be like this, that's fine, or like this, no problem. So whatever. And you also can lengthen your left leg like that as well. So the reason why I've put the right on top is because this is the side that will be getting the stretch. So the same side as the pigeon. We won't do the arms today. We're just going to fold forward, taking a breath in, and gently fold forward for an extra stretch of that area. Might be folding really quite far forward, or be quite a bit further up. That's fine. And then bring yourself back up. That's lovely. And we'll release the legs. Bring the hands behind and just move from side to side. I can definitely feel that on my right side. It's really noticeable. And then coming back to centre. And we'll move to our starting place, which was on all fours. And then ease back the left leg. So we're going to do the same on the left side, rocking it back, stretching out, lifting up the left leg, giving it a little bit of a shake, and bringing the leg through. Remember, you can use blocks here if you want to, if that's easier. Those brick blocks are good for any blocks you have. Inhaling forward, exhale back. Might feel different on this side, but I'm really wonky, so both sides are quite different. Inhale forward, exhale back. Remembering your breath. And you can take any amount of time you need. You can go super slow if you want to. Move a little bit faster if that feels good to you. Remembering As I said before, this practice is all about resetting the nervous system, just calming our nervous system while releasing tension in our hips and back, the whole pelvic area. Ease back maybe, just having a bit more of a hamstring stretch, and then coming into the lunge, placing the right hand down, the left hand up, lovely, the twist, and then stretching behind, and placing the hand on your sacroiliac area, just giving it a little bit of a gentle stroke, rubbing the sacrum, and then moving to the glutes, giving a bit of a rub, maybe with a fist. Such a hard-working area of the body. My goodness. And then placing back down. Lovely. Come up into the runner's lunge for an extra stretch out. Feels great on the legs. For some people. I'm becoming hesitant to say that things feel the same or suggest that they feel the same for everyone, because they certainly don't. So let's bring the left leg down in the right way, the way that's right for you. And you might need to pop something underneath the left hip if you're falling over to the side. I forgot to say that last time. Taking a breath in, lovely open chest, inhale, and exhale, folding forward. And feeling your body really relax here, remembering your mudra, remembering your fists, your hands, whatever it is, however you would like to rest in pigeon, Kapotasana. Lovely, deep, steady breaths. And when it feels about even on the other side, you can start to bring yourself up. And now we're going to ease into our Gomukhasana legs. So now the right leg is going underneath and the left leg is on top. So it's not the kind of obvious one, but because we're wanting to work on the same leg as we did before in pigeon. So taking a breath in and then gently easing forward. Remember, if you're just in cross-legged or anything like that, that's fine, because it still will be a stretch. So we're feeling the stretch on the left hip this time. That's the one that needs to be on top in whatever position you're in. Relaxing your shoulders and your neck. That's lovely. Oh, just breathe into whatever's coming up for you. And slowly making your way up. Okay, so we've done some hip stretching. Stretched our lower backs out, and I think we're just going to finish with a little bit of relaxation on our backs and Shavasana. But do move in any way that your body feels like it needs to, if it's been quite strong, or you feel like you would like an extra stretch around your hip area, like maybe happy baby like this. I always love wide leg. That's That's nice. Stretching that out. Just your knees in. You could always come into recline cobbler. So many options. Or straight down into Shavasana. We're going to rest here for a few moments. And I really invite you to rest for longer. You might want something underneath your head like I have, or not. I often don't. Just make it as comfortable as you can. You might want an eye pillow, blanket on you. Softening in this wonderful rest. Feeling your body held, supported, and cradled by the earth. A wonderful cocoon of warmth around you. Knowing that you're safe. You are just able to take this time to be with yourself and support yourself. Fully relaxing your nervous system. Letting go of any stresses. You can always come back to the mat for a yoga practice anytime you need. Just giving yourself this time is so important. Reconnecting with yourself. Please stay resting, or you can come up into a seated position to close our practice together. Just taking a few full breaths. And the hands to the heart. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining me. It's a real pleasure to have you here on my channel. If you'd like to subscribe, then please do. You can press the like button and whatever you want to do. So see you again soon, I hope.
Flaming orb of truth and bliss, remove the veil so I can see. Illuminate